Good morning. My name is Ikanyeng. My supervisor is Mr. Lepile. I'm here to present my proposal. In my introduction, predation is a major contributing factor of human-wildlife conflict throughout the world. The survival of man has severely tested environmental pressures such as competition for food, space, and even life itself. Due to all this, population pressure now begins to confine wild animals into very small home ranges, thus resulted in properties being destroyed by wildlife. The problem predator is as old as man. For the early stages of evolution he was an important prey species himself. He evolved as a carnivorous predator depending on his ability to kill animals for food. Despite its continuous and ongoing compensation this is the segment of the problem. So, despite its continuous and ongoing compensation in the Mabutsane area as a result of carnivore damage, no recent estimates exist on the abundance and distribution of the carnivores. Aim and objectives: to determine spatial distribution of carnivores at Mabutsane cattle post. 1. To map the cattle post or farms using direct method. Species composition, species density, spatial distribution. My justification: the study's results and approaches may be applied widely to help wildlife management and conservation practitioners. This is the map of my study area. I think you can see Mabutsane. That's the area. Then Mabutsane has a women population of 2,386 in 2011. This is from the Statistics Office. It is located along A2 Trans-Kalahari Highway west of Johannesburg. The rainfall there is minimum and unpredictable. Agriculture, there are about 10 cattle posts and 10 farms around the area, Mabutsane area. Soils, the area has largely sandy, reddish in color and low in organic matter. The soil is alkaline and it is extremely dry. The area has got some salt pans, of which the soils are saline and they are very toxic to vegetation. Vegetation there is shrub savanna, acacia associates. There are some frequent pans on the southwestern part of the area. My literature review. Carnivores or the carnivora limited by food resources. Carnivores are in decline inside and outside protected areas in Africa. So Caleb, he or she examined people's attitudes towards wildlife, because people have different attitudes to wildlife. So he examined people's attitudes toward that. And the attitude of the Americans about wildlife was that they try by all means to restrict victims from options and provide help to the victims who were having negative attitudes towards wildlife. Then Lensley, she studies carnivore. During her studies, she found that carnivores disappear from large portions of their historical ranges in Africa due to disturbances, and that's the numbers that she shows for how many percent have they disappear from their areas. And she continued on saying that northern Botswana has high diversities of high carnivores in Africa. And the carnivores, again, they are under high threat due to the reported cases of declining wildlife population and illegal hunting. Due to this, the Minister of Environment, Wildlife and Tourism introduced this temporary ban of wildlife hunting in January 2014. Literature review continued. Protected areas, however, often cannot contain large carnivores within their boundaries, with the possibility of predators ranging onto adjoining unprotected and potentially coming into conflict with human interests. People's perceptions are therefore often negative when it relates to damage caused predators, and efforts to conserve large carnivores may fail without the support of neighboring countries. These are my study species: cheetah, African wildlock, and the leopard. Data collection. Direct methods will account for the spatial correlation of animal signs detected along sequential segments of road side. Plot trap camera. Those cameras will be mounted on 3 areas. This is the mass range, Casos cattle post, and Vokalanke cattle post. So, for instance, at the mass cattle post, they'll be there for 1 week monitoring the camera, and then followed by the other. Camera sets, the 10 cameras will be placed at regular intervals of 500 meters, and they will be 60 centimeters above the ground. Then the flash runs set to default. That is, this thing will be zooming anything that is passing by the camera, even for 5 meters. 7 meters. Okay, the cameras will be programmed to operate 24 hours in 5 days a week. The check-ins will be 5 days in the morning at around, spore counts will be done at around 5 days. When there is no movement of this thing, people and the livestock, cattle, GPS will be used to take coordinates. And the 2 transects, each 15 kilometers, will be made. I'll be assisted by the track. I'll get track and go. Spore survey sampling process. Species numbers will be taken off, the number of species, and the spore ages. The camera trapping tool will be used. Spore density, that's the formula for it, FMP. The name is too difficult to pronounce, and underneath the formula is explained thoroughly. Camera sightings to determine the density using spatial capture recapture, the device, and the GIS. Arc maps will be used to locate the areas of the hotspot areas or areas of high concentration. Then the last one, it was my budget. That's my budget. Then end of my presentation. Ten cameras and my food.
Thank you.
Transport.
Thank you.